for example. You catch the bat in the net, and then you go out there in your personal protective equipment and you take fecal swabs, blood, saliva from the animal. And then you then package that so the DNA will not be degrade and transport back to the laboratory. And then
Where's the laboratory?
Well, it depends on what country you're working in. So every country we had different agreements with contractually about who owned the samples, who would store the samples. And the other thing that's happening in the background here is that technology is advancing.
Yes.
Okay. So at one time in this type of research, you actually had to have the physical sample. Today, we're at a point you no longer have to have the physical sample. You can actually send the DNA or RNA code digitally to somebody else and they can recreate it.
Huh.
So this field has advanced tremendously over 10 years. And this is taking place, this advancement, while we're doing this work. Oftentimes the samples then were physically transported back to the United States or mailed or shipped.
You can mail a deadly bat virus from a third world country to the U.S.?
Well, there's a manual from the CDC and USDA and HHS of how to transport samples. So yes, there are rules and process of how you can.
So almost all of that mail goes on commercial airliners.
Typically, and there's really not a whole lot of risk from a collected sample. First of all, you don't even know at this point whether there's a new deadly virus present in the sample.
In the bat shit or
yeah, in
saliva.
the bat shit, the saliva,
Yeah.
you have no clue. Once it gets back to the United States, then it goes to, at least at Eco Health Alliance, it would go to Ian Lipkin's laboratory at Columbia University, where he was a specialist in, he's a pretty well-known viral epidemiologist with really good lab chops. And another doctor who worked with us named Simon Anthony would work with him to isolate and first identify and isolate new viruses or novel viruses. So that's where it typically took place. Then the mechanics of this or operations of this, that information or sample would be sent to another laboratory like Ralph Barrick's laboratory, where he would continue the work
down at Chapel Hill
and do the gain of function work.
It's just can I just approach this from an autistic perspective? So what you're saying is there are like people around the world in bat caves in some faraway country sending potentially novel and dangerous viruses to New York City, like all the time, and people are not even aware of this.